Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast. We just finished up our January boot camp, and success stories from participants are still coming in, and we'll be sharing many of them with all of you over the next few days until our next boot camp starts on October the 9th. Last week, I heard from one of my students who has been just continuing his journey to becoming a top earner in his business. And we shared it with everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about that. For those of you that are boot camp students or coaching students, if you've got any questions, please type them in the chat window and let me know what you need. All right. Now, at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing. You want to be successful in your business, you have to talk to people, period. But have you ever wondered how some people join a business and within 2 months, 3 months, they go right to the top of the company? Nobody ever talks about it. They know 10 network marketing secrets of building a network marketing business faster that are never talked about and they're never shared. But when you apply these secrets to your daily prospecting and recruiting activity on LinkedIn and Facebook, you will become a top earner much faster. One secret helped Francisco add 100,000 people to his business last month. The same secret helped Sheldon add 3,500 people to his business in 3 weeks and have the fastest growing team in his Manatech business. And it helped Cindy add 3,000 people to her business in 3 months. Network marketers are in the center of a perpetual storm of opportunity. Every month, 200 network marketing companies close, fail to launch, merge with other companies, or make unpopular changes that drive leaders and teams to other companies. Every month, 300 new network marketing companies are launched, and 93% of them will fail within 5 years, driving their leaders and teams to other companies. Now, 85% of the top earners in a network marketing company today have been in more than one company during their career. And when a top earner leaves one company and goes to another company, they bring people with them from their former company. So winning the network marketing game can be like playing musical chairs, but you got to know the rules. You got to know the rules. You got to know how the game is played. Last weekend, Jeunesse was sold to Liqueur. The day before, Go Global, an online education platform, added a health and wellness product. LifeVantage announced a new comm plan on the 20th. On the 12th of January, Ray Foltinsky, who founded Free Life, started another company. And at the beginning of the month, a few network marketing leaders got together and decided, hey, we can do this. And they launched a company called Yanoli. Isagenix picked up some financing and investors at the beginning of the month. And the Body Shop at Home announced in December that they're no longer paying commissions to their distributors. A lot of changes, a lot of things take place in this industry. Renata Lundberg worked with the network marketing company Univera for 17 years and was one of their top earning leaders. Not only did she make millions of dollars in the company, she helped many other her team members make millions too. And then she got an email October the 1st from the company. Univera has decided to transition away from network marketing. It's with a heavy heart that we announce ownership has made the difficult decision to transition the company from a network marketing organization to a sales strictly through e-commerce. In other words, F you to the distributors. People had poured their hearts into that business. So Renata joined LifeWave, and within 6 months, she was one of the top earners and leaders in the company. Sheldon was a network marketing leader in Manatech. So he was my first coaching student. And man, this was back before we had Zoom. This was back before people had profiles with names, with detailed information. Over 3 days, I helped him set up a profile on AOL, showed him how to search. He was a musician. He played the drums. His screen name was Mr. Double Dare. He met a network marketing leader that was in C Silver, one of the top earners in the company. She was also a musician. She played the piano. She had a bigger group in C Silver than he had in Manatech. Well, C Silver got into trouble, was about to close. So she brought her team plus other leaders with teams with her to Manatech. In 7 weeks, Sheldon Manatech business would grow by 3,000 people. They also ended up getting married. I'll never forget, I got a phone call from him. Max, you changed my life. Thanks to you, I got the fastest growing group in Manatech, and I'm also getting married to someone I met on AOL. Cindy was building a business. It wasn't prepaid legal. It was the People's Network. And she added 1,400 customers to her business in 90 days by connecting with an unhappy network marketer in another company who joined her business. And then he brought his most successful upline with him, made him a part of his downline. This happens all the time. And this is the reason that once a quarter, I host a 3-day top earner retreat to give you the background information on how you can do it, how other people can do it too. Starts with having a profile, having a presence on Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay. So let me pop over here, jump over to LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is making a lot of changes. And you have the ability to go out and network with other people that are looking for an opportunity. LinkedIn is where you want to be. It's a 3-step process. Create a page, connect with people, actually 4 steps. Communicate with them and close them. So I am going to pop out of my account. And we're going to go over and look at the message area. Okay. So you're talking to somebody looking for an opportunity in the management field. It's got a fascinating background. So what are you doing for work? Nothing. November the 20th, nothing. Three years. You're qualifying people.
Good morning, Max.
Good morning. Okay. Well, number one, with all the things that she's done, you have to know she knows something about network marketing.
Yes.
Okay. But we're going to but rather than just come right out and say that or jump into network marketing, the more you know about it, the easier it's going to be to bring up the subject and at the same time show her why working with you would not only be possible, but become successful. So 3 years, I broke my back. So what do you think the next question is? She's been out of work for 3 years. She fell. She broke her back.
How is her health now? Or I would say, how is her health now, and how is she able to generate income?
Well, you're close because it's all about income. She broke her back while she was working at Regis.
Yes.
So how is she surviving financially? Now, if she fell and injured herself while she was on the job, then possibly she's got workman's comp, so she's making money. She's got income coming in.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, the other thing that has to be considered, depending upon a person's disability. See, what you're trying to do, what all of you are trying to do, is short circuit what's being taught out there. In fact, yesterday, I was the guest speaker on a big broadcast, and the subject came up about what's being taught. You have to go through 100 no's to get a yes. So every time you get a no, you one step closer to getting a yes. And we all know that's BS. It's BS. Instead of going for no, go for yes. So the more you talk to somebody, the more open they are going to be to connecting and communicating with folks. The more you know. For example, the next question should really be, how have you been surviving financially since your injury? When she comes back and tells you, then the question is going to be, I broke my back. Now, we already said one time, I'm sorry. Ouch. That's terrible. Now, first, what we don't want to do is answer the, how have you been surviving financially since your industry? Are you on workman's comp? Do you have this? Do you that? Come up with possible answers to your own question. Just ask the question. Now, when she comes back and tells you, you always want to have an end result in mind. You always want to have a direction. Where am I going with this person? I think, based on what I know, that this is how the conversation should go. Learn enough about her so I can now introduce her to network marketing or my company, if there's a fit. And along the way, you're going to discover, is there really a fit? Along the way, if you discover that there's no fit, okay, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You stop talking to her and you talk to somebody else. So before you get into a big, long discussion, how has she been surviving financially? And then, with all your experience doing all these other things, most of the people that I've met, and this would be your transition, Jana, most of the people that I've met that have your varied experience in all those fields have also tried generating income with working with a network marketing company. What companies have you tried working with? And remember that her network marketing experience, whatever she was doing, it has to be based on the old school. You got to go to meetings, you got to meet people. Once you find out what her experience is or was, and find out how'd she do, did she like it, then we could come back and we could tell her, man, it's so different today. You could build your business at home. But of course, the question is, does she want to? So she's looking for an opportunity in the management field. Now, her perception of network marketing is going to be sales. She's looking for something in management. So when we introduce the business, we want to talk to her about working with you. You're going to help her build a team. but she can manage. Because in the past, she has managed teams for other people. Now it's time to manage a team, help people become financially independent. And that's the approach that you want to take. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So let me, I want to come over here to Facebook for just a minute. Because yesterday we had someone on, let's see where the message is. You know, Julie is one of my favorite coaching students. But let me come down and have to go over here to the message. Okay, so Donald was on our session yesterday. And he went to work for someone. Let me make this bigger. So he sent me this yesterday. He was working for a company. And he was told to send this out along with a connection request 200 times a day. Thank you for the connection. As of today, we're running a one-day special. Blah, 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 blah. He couldn't do it. Couldn't continue to do it. This is being done over and over and over again by millions of people on LinkedIn. Millions. All right. He ended up resigning from the, I can't do that. The network marketing companies don't like it. This company doesn't like it. They don't care that if you do this 200 times a day, you're going to get thrown off Facebook. You're going to get thrown off LinkedIn. The company doesn't care. You're doing their work. You're getting their name out there. All right. So I'm going to log out of my account. And let's Before we jump into conversations, let's come up here and see. Jill, do you see yourself there?
Yes,
Which one are you?
I'm the one with the hat on that says wealth building. Down, down, down. Yes, that's me.
Okay, so welcome. Let's
Welcome.
take a look at. Okay, so you're just getting started,
Mhm.
and now one of the things when you're putting your profiles together is this is like your online resume. So when we look at all the things you have listed, this is your current job, you're project manager,
Yes,
okay?
but I'm also into network marketing.
Right. And what are you marketing or selling in network marketing?
And network marketing, I am with two companies currently. One is Health Therapies, which is similar to Isogenics with holistic, all natural supplements. And with Cash Flow is a massive franchise for NFTs, which is in the crypto space.
Okay. So what you need to do here is position yourself as someone that is successful, because nobody wants to get into a business with somebody that isn't successful. I mean, if you're giving people the appearance that you're just getting started, and so there's some language.
Why is it red on the phone?
Why is what?
No, I'm sorry. That was my daughter.
Okay. So there are definitely things that you need to do. So this is let me just save this. Now, have you been in other network marketing companies before?
Yeah, some Forex ones, Forex trading ones. Been it, but I've only been in it since like 2019. And I don't know if you could say I'm fairly new in the arena, but my goal is to with Cash Flow, my goal is to become V5, and my goal for Health Therapies is to get the double diamond, and I'm looking to increase my sales in both categories, like at least like 2-3% a month. So
Okay.
I am looking to clean up my profile, but just so you know, when I got onto LinkedIn and Facebook, I really didn't see how I can utilize it to make any income or connections on it, even though, because it seems pretty complicated. But when I got on some of your trainings, I said, oh, okay, this looks doable. So that's why I'm here.
Super. So you're registered for the February boot camp, and
Yes.
now you have access because you're in the February boot camp. You can get started right away because you have access to the January boot camp material. So When
Well,
you,
I haven't seen that in the back office. I've only seen the December one, so I've been going through those.
okay, good.
Mhm.
That's, it's a great place. It's a great place to start. So, let me look and see. Da. So your number is 89, ends in 8989.
Yes.
If I have a chance, I'm not sure I will, but if I have a chance, I'll reach out to you this afternoon. If that works for you. And,
Yep. It have no other way but to work for me. So yes.
yeah, I'll be calling you from area code 561, so you'll recognize it on your. caller ID.
Noted.
Okay, so let's take a look. Come over here to the message area. Let me unmute. Matthew.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. One of the things that I wanted to, just kind of point out to you is, and this is relevant to all of you. Matthew has an extensive and very, very credible career working with in the DEA, law enforcement, going all the way back to working for the New York Police Department. And so there is a huge, huge audience of people that connect with law enforcement that are on LinkedIn that are all looking for opportunities. So there's nothing on his page talks about internet expertise.
No, and I'm still an agent, so I don't want anyone to know. I do this part-time,
Exactly. Nobody can
not
know.
regular time, but
But when you start having conversations with people, you could bring it up. So by the same token, if you came up here and you said, you know what? I want to connect with somebody that would really appreciate the opportunity. So if I came up here and I did a search for people who are looking for, and we just, in our first sessions, we just talked about law enforcement. Now we did looking for opportunity. And we could look for people that are looking for remote opportunities in sales. And so you have access not more. It was funny. We had one that we had one remote in sales. We got 2,500. Now we got 2,500, and these are all people that you could basically reach out to. The same scripts are going to work. Connecting with these people. So looking for opportunities, remote and sales. Manager. Oh, we did it again. is 40,000. And you do the same thing with trainer. You got 12,000. The first initial scripts that you have will help you make the connection there. And you know, somebody might be looking at their profile, and the thing is that when you look, we talked earlier about your social network DNA. So the people that are coming up here, notice that you have a number of mutual connections. And so one of the common ways that people build their network is they look to connect with other people in the network. That's the reason why when you get a connection request from someone that's off the wall and crazy, and you accept them, the next thing you know, you're getting other connection requests from people in their niche that are also off the wall and crazy. This is specifically true, you know, for men or women that are online looking for relationships. We're not talking about business relationships. You just accept one, and that kind of opens you up to the entire audience. But so you have phenomenal opportunities to reach out and talk to people. Now, it's going to come down to conversation.
Yep.
Okay, so let's come over here and let's
Well, let me just tell you, I did your boot camp and it was amazing. Was it this week? So I've took your advice. I've looked. I've friended 20 people a day for the last 5 days. So I have 100 people ready to talk to, and I'm constantly talking to them. As you said, put them in different categories: the hot list, the medium list, and the cold list. So I've taken those 100 and now I've narrowed it down to 25 that are hot, because they've actually listened to about the business.
okay, so let's take a look at some of them. Any come to mind, or should we just go down?
Well,
the
a few this morning came back from last night and they just said, not interested, that's sales. And I gave them a whole explanation of what network was. And so I might go back with them, but there's a guy I was talking to,
Eric?
Matt, and Matt I was talking to, he just said that sounds like Amway. I did some kind of Amway thing and I hated it.
Um, now, one of the things you're having a conversation with somebody. And so typically we have the strategy feel, felt, found. And you have to look at the person on an individual basis when you're talking to someone.
Yep.
So if you feel, again, you have so many people to talk to, you look at somebody's profile. All right. And so So he was a trainer. Now, um,
We're talking shop a lot because we
No,
both
no,
have the same
which,
job.
which is perfectly okay. So. Okay, so now I work,
There's something with drones.
so clearly. If he's working, there's no obvious need.
Yeah, I
Okay.
forget how I originally friended him, but
Okay, but that's, but it's okay.
yeah, most people I have the open to work on that I'm chatting with, but this guy doesn't.
Okay, so for example, at this point, I have free time to work on other projects. All right. So what other project? See, before you start talking to people about what you do or your solution to their problem, you want to find out what's on their mind. You want to find out what their problems are. So I have free time to work on other projects. Okay. So what kind of projects? So here, now you're bringing up your project.
Yep.
Now, man, I wish you waited for me, because you see what, here's what I would have said. I said, well,
Tell me.
well, he says, well, okay, well, what I work on a project. What is it? I've got an internet business that is generating an additional stream of income for me, in addition to my law enforcement salary, that's going to enable me to retire quicker. Now, that's all I would say. And
Yeah, I've
then,
said that to people too.
so what do you know about the network marketing business model?
Yeah.
Okay. So here you're asking it here. And then you change the subject.
Yep.
Okay. Now, we tried a few years back in the day and found it wasn't for us. Man, I know exactly, and this is where the feel, felt, found things. Man, I know exactly how you feel. Most of the people that I talk to, felt the same way, or you can make it more personal. You can say, I know how you feel. I had a few friends, or I tried it years ago, and I didn't like And I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that I had to approach my friends, that I had to sell, that I didn't like all the things that they made me do. So I know exactly how you feel. But when a friend told me recently that I could be generating serious income over the internet without having to do all of those other things, without having to go after my family, without selling, I took another look at it, and I'm so glad I did. Okay, and when you put it to them in that context, you know, we tried a few back in the day. So the question obviously could be, so which ones did you try?
Yep.
Because, so you're asking here, it was an Amway thing. Hated it. So here, so this is still, this guy, frankly, is still in play.
Yeah.
Because it's just a matter of, man, I know how you feel. Okay, in fact, I felt the same way, blah, 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 blah. When we do we'll
Right.
come back to him in our next coaching session, or we can jump in the mastermind session, and we can put one together for him. So the thing is, with all of these conversations, there's a pattern to the way you're going to talk to people. Like you said, this Eric was another one.
No, there was a guy, scroll up a little bit. I forget his name now. I went through that whole, that entire explanation about how my friends told me it wasn't good. Now,
Well, here, let's do this. Let's take a look at
let me show you his name.
look at this one. Now, one of the things you want to be careful about. Now, I don't think network marketing would be something I'd be interested in. Now,
Wow.
so I like to find something in the near future that I enjoy more than doing it for the money. So this is where, again, you're jumping right in to network marketing. When you go back to his profile, so he's a captain. And so the question right here, what I will find something in the near future that I enjoy. So we come back and we ask him, so what, while you were working with, in law enforcement, what did you enjoy doing the most? What were the things that you enjoyed doing the most? Did you enjoy, and let him tell you, you're looking for an answer. Like, man, I enjoy teaching, I enjoy training. Now we could always work that into the conversation. We could say, in your experience in law enforcement, you know, one of the things, or you could make it relevant to you, one of the things that I really enjoy about working for the DEA is training and mentoring, younger, younger people. I'm sure I can't think of the word right now, but
Rookies.
yeah, right, training rookies. So what you'd really like is you'd really like for the person to tell you that. It's always, we can put the idea in their head if it doesn't come up, like, how did you like doing it? How did you like mentoring and training rookies? And let them come back and tell you, oh man, I love doing that. So that is what network marketing is all about. It's not about selling, because you can go out here and you can
Right.
see millions of people that are looking for an opportunity. They're struggling. They want something to do. You don't have to sell it to them. It sells itself. What you're going to do is you're going to teach it. You're going to teach. You're looking for people that are ambitious. You're looking for people that are looking for opportunities. And now you're not going to sell it to them. It sells itself. What if we look at the most successful people in this business, they're not salespeople, they're teachers, they're trainers. And so if you liked teaching and mentoring rookies while you were connected with the police department, you'd love this. Now, if someone has a negative attitude or a negative perception about it, and most of the people that you're going to run into will have that negative perception, then, it's based on their experience. You go to a restaurant and you have a bad steak. It's tough. You're going to give up steak? You might not go back to that restaurant again, or I got to a point, because I love meat, where if I go to a restaurant and a ribeye in South Florida can run anywhere from $50 to 90, and every once in I think in the last 18 months, my wife only let me do it one time, was to order, one of those tomahawk things.
Yeah.
But, and
$100.
right. Right. It was like $140. But the way I got away with it was I told her, this is going to be more than one meal. I'm going to take it home.
That's right. That's right.
But if somebody brought something like that over and it was tough, I would take 3, or for me, it's rare. My steaks have to be rare. They bring me a steak that's overcooked, I send it back. They send me I get a steak that is tough. I send them back, and then depending upon what they replace it with, there's a restaurant, a 5-star restaurant right across the road from me that everybody raves about. I'll never go back there because again, it wasn't the price, it was the meal, and all the other meals that they serve are terrific. But if I go back there, and I might go back there, but I'm never going to order another steak. So, but that's based on my own experience with all of you. You have a different perspective about network marketing than the people that you're going to run into that have a negative attitude, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them, because it's based on their experience. It's based on what they've been through. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that are teaching bad things. Bad things. Things that don't work. And I don't know I don't know how you can do that with a good conscience except maybe their attitude is, well, one out of, 2 out of 100 will be successful. So it does work. But why not teach something that works for everybody? Because this, what you're learning from me, works for everybody. When you're talking to the right people and you're saying the right things. Talking to the right people. As you talk to people, you're going to learn. Get people to open up. Tell you things. And so here's a guy that building a second home. All right, that's not cheap. Building a second home. So is he building it from scratch? Is he rebuilding, what's the story there? It's hours from his primary residence. Is he gonna keep both homes? What's the plan there? So people love talking about themselves, and the more you know about them, I want to find something in the future that I enjoy doing more than doing it for money. Man, I hear you. At this point in time, it's not about money. You got to be happy. You got to love what you're doing. But what if you could be doing something that you enjoy doing, and the money's phenomenal? You get the best of both worlds. And so as we go through this, say a man with your experience would do well in networking. Again, it's his perception. Now, what you said here, there's nothing wrong with what you said. Okay.
Yep.
But again, it comes down to, what experience we asked that first. What experience have you had?
Yeah.
Well, you did. You asked it here.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't say specifically. He just says, I'm not interested.
Right. So what experience have you had? I don't think network marketing would be something I'd be interested in. So here, what you would do was you come back and say, I hear that all the time. What makes you say that? What do you know? I hear that all the time. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to, most people that have a negative attitude about it. And again, this is where you come back and you say to the person, look, I'm not trying to sell you on network marketing. I'm really not. But I'd be interested.
Yeah, what did I say there?
What do you say? But one thing we got to clean this up, because there's something wrong with the spacing.
Yeah.
So here, so what you did here was, this was overkill. You're going in and you're talking about all of the, we're dealing with all the objections before you know what his objections are. So you lost this guy. What was that movie? Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Where she comes back, so you had me at hello. I mean, less is more.
Yeah.
Well, we need another session, and
Yeah.
I'll get back to you. We'll do it today. You could be on the mastermind at 1.
Yes.
All right, good. So we'll set up some private time. You're making progress. No question about it.
Yeah.
And we just
Gotta
need to
fine tune me.
little fine tuning and you're on your way. So really, when you think about it, for your 90-day run, we're getting situated, we're getting a clear understanding of the deal and the game and everything else, so that now for February, March, and April, this is when we're going to pour it on. And we just need to tweak some of these things. And
Yeah, because sometimes you come on too strong and they just unfriend you right there. Like another guy he asked me, and he was really motivated. He's like, yeah, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. So I started explaining the business. And he's like, okay. So last night he's like, all right, so what's the deal? Do I get commission? So I gave him a full explanation this morning or last night. And this morning I come in and he's unfriended. I can't even respond to him now saying, hey, what did I do? So you don't know. Some people are like, it's like a hang up. It's like a digital hang up. Like you talk to someone on the phone about it and they just click on you.
Yeah.
I think this guy just did a digital hang up on me.
well, again, it's one of the wonderful things about this whole process is that when that happens, now, even though he unfriended you, you still have, you lose the dialogue that he had with you, but you still have the dialogue that you used with him. And so sometimes you can go back.
Right. Like I can still see the conversation, but his name is
Right.
gone.
Yep.
It just says LinkedIn member and you can't respond to him.
Right. And but what happens is you go back and you look at these things again, and you can see where you missed something, and now you can if you don't have his reaction or his response.
Yeah.
But many times you'll go back and you'll look at the conversation and you'll say to yourself, oh my God, I missed this. There are things about the other person that you didn't get, that you missed. You were in such a hurry to follow your agenda that you missed something he said, or there was something on his profile that clearly showed he's not really a candidate for your business. And the one thing that all of you need to keep in the back of your mind is that you have an overabundance of people to talk to. So we keep moving these conversations forward. Always remember less is more. And you get it. It's exactly like learning to dance. And the more time you spend on the dance floor talking to different people,
That's it.
the better you get at it, the more comfortable you feel with the process. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to expand it beyond law enforcement, but you're going to run into the same situation. And that is that people in any field are going to have a negative attitude about network marketing based on their experience. And the other thing you have to deal with is the fact that you're in an environment where people that are clearly looking for an opportunity are getting slammed every day. And in some cases by people in your own company that are reaching out to these people, they're throwing up all over them and they're poisoning the well. But when you do this correctly, I was working with a woman who had been in network marketing for 12 years, never had any success. So it took, I think we had like 6 coaching sessions before she finally got it. Usually it's quicker than that.
I'm there too.
That's exactly, you said it exactly. You're exactly where she was. But it's just a matter of framing it so you understand it. As soon as I was able to bring up the Miranda deal, there are certain things you say. You all are all of you, you're all very comfortable in your own environment. This is a different environment. And once you make that transition, once you understand it, and you know that you don't have to continue talking to somebody, you just follow the flow of the conversation. What happens is you get to the heart of what makes the other person tick. So in Shawnee's case, it turned out she was talking to somebody that had already previously been in the company that she was in. And while she liked the products, the business model, no way I'm going to do that again. And then we basically got her to open up and, what did you like? You like the products. She just didn't want to do the business the way it was explained. And once we showed her that today it's different, you don't have to chase your family. You don't have to chase your friends. You don't have to advertise. You don't have to go to people's homes. You can do the whole thing over the internet. And there are thousands of people that you could approach knowing in advance that they needed what you have. Since you already had experience with the products, she said, man, I'll give it another shot. And the woman came back in the business and she excelled. So it's not, you just have to remember, it's not about you. Your profile sets people up to like you, sets people up to respect you. And then after that, it's just a matter of explaining it to them in a manner that resonates with them. That more than anything else is the most important thing. You have to explain it in their terms. You have to deal with them on their terms. And when you do that, you come away with a winner. And every time you talk to somebody, I mean, when you have all the details, when you have all the information, sometimes you got to feel sorry for people that are struggling, and you've got the solution for their struggles.
Yeah.
And but you have to get them, you have to understand where they're coming from. You have to be able to get them to open up their eyes and see. And when you do it in a non-salesy way, when you kind of take the position, this is kind of what you do. You stop trying to sell your business and you become an ambassador for network marketing. Mary, listen, I like you. I've made a lot of great friends on here and I like you. And I hope, whether we ever decided to do business or not, we can stay in touch. I don't care. I'm not trying to get you into my business. I don't care. But the thing is that I'm talking to a very nice person that's struggling financially. And if you can't get excited about my business, that's okay. But if you understood how network marketing really worked, the benefits of being in network marketing, and the power of residual income, you would walk through fire to start working with a company. So if I open up your eyes and show you a different look, give you a different opinion about how network marketing works, to the point where you go out and you find somebody that has products you'd really be interested in, jump into business with them, and it turns around and changes your life. Hey, I've done my good deed for today. So I would feel as good about that as if you decided to get in the business and work with me. I'm fun. I mean, I know that if based on what little I know about you, that we'd have a lot of fun working together. But it's not about you working with me. It's about you finding something that you would enjoy, that you could sink your teeth in, something that you're good at, and that can be life-changing. That's all. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter to me if you get into my business. I mean, I got a list. I got 90 people right here that I saw that want to talk to me. And when you take that position, you'd be surprised how many people will come back and they'll say, show it to me. Now it's up to you to show it to them. But when you're showing it to them, you have to show it to them on their terms. You have to show it to them. And as you're showing it to them, you have to remember, they're thinking, can I do this? They're thinking, are you going to help me do this? So you have to be assuring them that, yes, they can do this. Yes, you're going to be there to help them do it. And yes, this is something that can be life-changing for them. And so it's all of that. All right, folks, we'll be 1 o'clock. We've got our mastermind session. So we'll see all of you over there. For those of you that are coaching students, if you got something you want me to look at, please, have them ready so we can jump in. And I have to tell you, we've only got a couple of more days to January. And so between now and I think the month ends on Tuesday or Monday, now we should be pouring on the Project Warn scripts. We want to be showing the business over these next couple of days, to people that we think are the best prospects. So I will be back. Let me look here. We'll be back at 1 o'clock. Until next time.
Thanks, sir.
Best of luck in building your business. God bless.